Yeah, yeah. What's up? What's going down, guys? Today, I'm gonna do a really quick video, probably take about 5-10 minutes here, just real quick, gonna explain how basically I put tracks together if I'm using Suno, because Suno never gets it completely right. Basically, when you ask it, let's say you found a beat that you liked, or you finally got it to, and now it's time for lyrics, and then throw lyrics on that beat, and what happens in that process. So let's start off with this song. This song is called the Black Hole Sun, basically. So I did put guitar over this, so don't worry about that. So I'm gonna explain how I did about 4 takes. Let me see my notes. I'm actually looking at my. Go over to the song creation real quick, or listen to this. Let's see here. Where's my black hole? So I have like, looks like I had 7 different takes is what I did to do this song. As you hear, there's as female vocals. We have a male vocal, but we also have a female singing vocal, a female rapping vocal, the same with the male vocal singing, and we have a singing rapping male vocal. Not only that, Jamaican accent. So how did I do all that? You can listen to it a little bit. You see is the male vocal there. We're going to pay attention to the positions of the song real quick.
Them say could have take 100 years, but no, it's a less than a week.
Now, a trick what I did with this, we're going to go ahead and listen to what the originals came from. I did what's called a vocal repeat. So I had like the female sing it, and then the male will come in, will sing the same verse. Female will come in, next one, and the male will come in the same verse. Let's see here. This should be the instrumental. Yeah. So this is the instrumental. This is when I found it. So this is when I was like, okay, yeah, I totally heard in my head vocals. I was like, yeah, I need to do vocals on this to make this track epic. You can just totally hear the way it's flowing. It just sounds epic for vocals. And that's where I put my guitars on. Dun, 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 dun. The vocals will come in. Usually in this type of music there isn't vocals. This is usually you have that style of music for like EDC and the festivals like that, where it's just going off. The kids are just jumping up and down right now. Usually this type of sound, like all the high frequency EDM sounds. Usually it's like too distracting for vocals, right? Not for me. So let's hear what we did here. So remember, this is when I'm starting to put vocals on it. So you're gonna hear where the vocals was cool, but not in the right spot of the song. So I'm gonna fast forward. Okay, this is when I perfected the beat. Oh, this is when I remastered it. Okay, this is the remaster of it. You can see the remaster part. Let me go ahead and fast zoom in so you guys can see what's going on. So you can see right here, this is I made the beat. Then I went ahead and remastered it, make it sound better. You can tell me go in that same part. See, it sounds way different, way better. So there, we got our beat. Okay, so it's like, so that would be the beat that I would pull in off of Suno, and then this is where you can see this should be where the lyrics are coming in. Okay. So like there, I didn't like it. We're gonna fast forward to all of these. So obviously that was shit. So I didn't use any of that. It looks like I was still going through trying to decide where's the lyrics at. Okay, here we are. I can see where the lyrics are written right here.
Them scientists, them say just a dark blotch.
So we definitely didn't use that. I didn't use that part. I didn't use that. I didn't use any of that. So it looks like this version, I didn't use any of the vocals. This is when we're starting to figure out what it's going to do.
This no natural, this no eclipse.
This is when I tried to do the male vocals. Looks like. So none of the versions for that. So I did the male and the female vocals in the prompt at the same time. This is where I was trying to figure out, okay, looks like it's going to work, but I'm still not getting what I wanted. Now you can hear this is where I grabbed the female vocals. This was good. Now you can tell that the beat is totally different. And that part of the vocal I did not use. I only used this beginning. Then I chopped it right there. And that's where the beat had the intro. And then this part I deleted totally. So I had the you'll hear what happened. I had the male vocal do that part, and then comes back the female vocal. Did not use the beat at all. That's part of the vocals I did not use. Okay, right there I did. But I had the male vocal. This was underneath the male vocal. Did not use the beat. Didn't use those at all. Didn't use that at all. So then let's go to, it looks like here's the male vocal.
Like a whisper in the sky.
So I did it again, told the prompt, I took the female vocal out and only wanted the male vocal. Oh, I'm sorry. It was still the prompt with both of them in there. Hold on, let me check just to make sure. I might have had this might be a version with just the male somewhere. Okay, so I grabbed it from here. This is where she was singing underneath it from the other version. So I heard that in my head just like I sung it to you. I was like, oh, okay, I heard her singing from the other version. And that's why those both worked. So that's how that would work. So it's just like, okay, boom. And then this part, I took this part and put it in the beginning of the song. I'm saying how I did that there. So now we're in the middle of this version, and I put it in the beginning. And this was in the middle, underneath his verse. So I'm did. So not only did I took verses. I'm saying, then that was the end of the song. But I grabbed the main vocals because the female comes in at the end right here. Like a flame that, like time reverse, spirit let me turn. No one can save you now. Then it was that part. So let's go back to the originals, the complete version. Now listen to all the layers together. So as we see, we go to the beginning where I had that part has the male vocal.
It start like a whisper in the sky. Them scientists, them say just a dark blotch. This no eclipse.
I hear the vocal of him underneath her.
I know the world upon countdown.
And to the intro part, I put it underneath the intro. A little break. Then what you're gonna do, he's gonna finish and then he's gonna come in and sing the exact same verse for the male version. You hear it blending in and crossing the vocals, a crossfade. That was a crossfade of the vocals. Did you hear her singing underneath? Now, how this works is very important in your prompt. Hold on. It's very important in your prompt that you add the BPMs. Okay, so when you first writing the song and the instrumental, all the prompt is in there in the BPMs. As you can see, let me go to here. Where showing the lyrics. Show more. Okay, so you can see. Hold on, let me bring this bigger for you guys. Get this out of the way here. You can see right here in my prompt, you know, BPM 78 beats per minute. The length of the song at 313. Okay, so this is when I started putting the lyrics in there. So I knew from the beginning here what the song was. So I have the beat, the actual BPMs. Even though the BPMs I did prompt in here, it said 40. It said 40, 100. I asked it to do a beat for 140 beats per minute, which this is pretty much basically. It did do it a little faster, but in the range of that. Sometimes AI will adjust it around there because intelligently 140 might not be the exact, or might be I would say the correct flow time for where the song flows. It might be too slow, too fast, but around that speed. And AI decided that 140 was a little too slow because it ended up being halftime that was a 78 beats per minute, which that would be what, 154. Double it. So it sounds like, I think so. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, I'm not doing my math really great right there. So it sounds like we're 154. It should be something like that. So half that would be 78. So after I made the beat, I put it in the computer. I analyzed it that it was 154, but halftime would be 78. So I knew that sometimes the computers, they will, when they do time signature, they will do things at halftime. So you can see that that's where I put the length in the prompt. There's the beat and the length of the song. So it knew exactly how to fit the lyrics. So if the song is longer or shorter, it's going to sing it faster or squash everything into a chorus or a lot faster what's going on. Or have it in. So basically, like I said, put in your beats per minute, because what it is when I bring the stems back into the song, into my studio here, everything will line up correctly. I won't have to do any adjustments. And that's what happened exactly, that I didn't have to adjust the lyrics. It actually fell right on grid, on beat, because I told it, to make sure the beats per minute, the length of the song, and already referenced from the original beat, because you're adding lyrics. You're just doing a remix. So when you do the remix, you add the lyrics after you have the beat that you want. Add the remix, put the lyrics in it, and then I'm telling it to do the song over and over and finding the best parts to pull from the song to make one epic lyric. You see how it's happening here? So we're just going to a second song to show you an example of how that happened again. We're going to do another one, how I did it, so you can hear how it works together. This one's about my cyborg strippers, futuristic cyborg strippers. So those parental discretionary advised regarding the lyrics and the content. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
I know your fantasy.
Oh, hold on one second.
Plug it in.
This isn't the version I wanted. 1 second. Even though that works fine, but I'll go ahead and pick the version where I made the music video. 1 sec here. A lot of songs. Here we go. And now on this plan, when we find the
I know your fantasy.
you guys can see that.
I got a toy for you. Wanna sin? Scissor for her. Drill for him. Velvet skin, chrome bone underneath.
Bring me back here on.
Heel on tip me, walk on dreams. Silicone lip with a cyber steam. Swipe your card, man, know you're tight. Weak in a knee when my smile get bright. Face change up, me flip the style. Tonight me up eyes and file. Me grip tight in lace and chrome. But me now go home.
All the guitars were me live. So that's not Suno, that's me on guitar in the studio.
With electric hip, take all your cash, that digital drip, you tip your beg, you fall in love, but me no come from up above. Synthetic right, hypnotic feeling, rub your blind feet, every bill, don't touch, don't test, just feel the light. Ask me feel home, that's your last flight. Delphi heat, tongue got spark, twirl for the boy, I'm bleeding in the dark.
So basically this song, it pretty much came out, but what happened was, again, all the vocal parts were on different versions that I liked. So we're going to play the different versions real quick. We'll scroll through it. You can see right here where I have the original beat. And I added my 8-string guitar on top of it. See here. This is when we start doing the lyrics. So we're going to scroll through to show the final parts that we found. You can hear the beat is totally different. Suno always does that. But because you see here, you know, I put in the time signature and everything. The beat is still the same because it's following the reference of the beat. So you see? So this is where it takes the producer ear to hear, nah, the song is not right. It's not correct yet. But also listen, because the magic of the studio engineer that you have in your pocket, you know, yourself or someone else, to, oh, I like where those vocals are. Let's use those into our original beat. Okay. This is where the producer ear comes in, not just the person that just pushes a button on Suno and calls it a day. Okay. As you can see, I could have called it a day 6 times, and I didn't. I grabbed pieces from those days and made one epic time.
Built-in heat, tongue with tech, toy for the boys and a blade for the neck.
So I was just like, now I'm not gonna do that.
Just tip, don't trip, enjoy the show.
So it looks like I didn't use any of those versions. That was version 1. First time having it to do lyrics. So second time, tell it to do it again. Same prompt, did not change the prompt, just say do it again. Nope. 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 Wait. Right there. And that was the end of the song that I used. I used that for the end verse. And we're in 3/4 of this song. I was like, yeah, that's it. And the rest of it sucks.
Don't
See?
fall in love with the merchandise.
I probably used that part right there. So 2 parts out of that song I used. The rest of it sucks. Any other producer would have called it a day. Not this guy. So let's move on. Nope. Nope. Right there. Beat has totally changed everything. Whatever Suno needs to do to put out the lyrics, that's let it do its thing. But now we're listening. I like that.
goes a long time.
So I didn't use all of it. I just used the.
Bionic curves and platinum tongue. I'll drain you dry before I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? And the rest of it,
What pleasure it is.
I probably used that whisper. That's it. So let's move on. We are in that version. So let's go to this version. So we got 2 more versions to pull the lyrics from. Nope. Right there. We used this in the middle. This was the intro of the song that we used. See, we didn't use this part. Said nope. All I needed was right there. Cut. That was it. Then went and then went into the other part. So we didn't use any of that. So we used this part. So far, 3 songs that we're pulling vocals from. See? That's it. And then let's go to the last part I found.
Silicone lip with a cyber steam. Swipe your card.
So right here.
Week in a knee when my smile get bright. Face change up, me flip the style. Tonight me a pies and file. Me grip tight in lace and chrome. But me now go home.
And the beat isn't that bad on the last version either. I might do a remix. A different version with a different beat.
Cash that digital drip, you tip, you beg, you fall in love, but me not come from up above. Synthetic erotic, hypnotic, skill me, rob your blind feet. Every bill, don't touch, don't test, just feel the light. Ask me if you home that your last flight.
Okay. You hear this part of the beat sucks. It's whack.
Diamond tie, LED lace, trap set sweet.
Then use this part of the lyrics.
Latex fit, when me ride man detonate. Custom fit for every freak.
So I use most of these vocals, and the other ones I use for the like little underneath parts and like whispers underneath the vocal. So I have like dual parts.
Your bank account me make it drop, no refund, no saving grace. You're dead in a me cyber place. Chrome curve and platinum tongue with take your soul before me done. Just tip no chip, enjoy the show. Ask me home, that's you, let's go.
See? And then the beat is whack. Yeah. Lost the total flavor. So it's like Suno got the vocals right, but then totally screwed up the beat. And I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing this as well.
Next time, don't fall in love with the merchandise.
So you see, and then all those parts. And where we end up, here's our masterpiece. And how I do the videos is another tutorial. So still kept our epic beat. Then I threw guitars on top of it. And then lyrics from 4 different songs. And that's how you do epic. Because it takes the epic ear to hear all those at the same time to know how to put them together. That takes practice, but also that's what like Kanye does. He can listen in his head and put it all together. He has everybody in the studio. He calls this singer, he calls this producer, he calls this musicians and stuff, and he goes, do this, put this all that together, and he comes up with a masterpiece. That's how a Kanye mind works. This is exactly what you're gonna do here. It's just smash it together because you hear all the parts, and you hear all the talent, and you know how it's gonna come out at the end. So you need to get all the parts together and you put it together and you smash it up. You do a mashup of talent to one epic product. So that's what you're doing. See? So you treat Suno the same way. You don't have to worry about no copyrights or anything like that because you've chopped it all up and now you've more manipulated the beat to be the most epic version because of your ear and your human energy and contact into the sound. And now it's yours. See how that works? That's how studio's always been working since day one. It's It's because you have the musicians and you go in and do different versions, and everybody goes home, and then you have the magic guy walks in that wasn't even in the session, and he puts it all together, and then everybody comes back and goes, holy shit, there it is. That's how it's done. That's how it's always been done. And that's how you are going to do it to make it done. Get it? All right, so let's listen to one more. You see how this shit comes out. See what I can find here. This makes it fun. And, you know, how everything came out great. Let's see if I can find another one that's good. For example, let's do Black Ops. This one is a little bigger. This one actually took 18 versions because this one took 18 versions because I did the song in 2 languages. I did one in Russian and then one in American. But the one in American has both versions of the American version and the Russian version. Okay, so this song is about child trafficking. Just to let you know, it's an awareness song that's going on right now that our troops in war are helping all over the world, rescuing children that have never seen the sun underground. So this is what that is about. Most people aren't aware of the mission, but you will know in the future. The song is pretty much an epic take of what's to come. Okay, so let's listen to the Russian version real quick, as you're going to hear through. And then the American version real quick. We're not going to hear all of it. But I just want you to hear the vocals of what I did. And then the guitars were all me in the studio. But I want you to hear the Russian lyrics. Not only that, those who are blessed to see this video and pay attention to take these tips in your prompt, this is when you're going to go to ChatGPT after you write your lyrics. You're going to take your lyrics, copy and paste it in ChatGPT, and you're going to ask it to respell it into the accent that whatever, if someone of that accent was going to speak that language, how would the words be spelled to read it so it sounds like the accent? Okay? And then take all that respelling and throw it back into Suno. Therefore, it will help you don't want a Russian speaking clear the Queen's English. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't make sense that he's perfectly speaking the Queen's English in a Russian accent. No. It just, then that's how the audience is going to know it's AI automatically in their ear. It's going to go, it's like, it's too perfect. And then to have a Russian accent with perfect Queen English, no, that's where you get caught. Okay, you have to think about how does the accent do. Just like when I do a Jamaican accent, 1, 2, 3. No, they pronounce 3 as tree. Okay, so you need to spell it tree. 1, 2, 3. Okay, to help the AI pronounce it like that, or you're gonna get caught, and it's gonna be like, that's AI. Everybody knows it's AI, but you don't want to. When the audience is enjoying the experience, you don't want them questioning the song when they already know it is, but still they're not enjoying the experience, so they have to question and go, oh, that's AI, and not just accept that it's AI and enjoy the song. But you have to do that to make it more realistic. Okay? All right. That's Little Secrets. If you heard that, if you didn't, too bad for you. So let's go ahead and, there's a version I never even heard. But you can hear how the Russian version came in. Let's listen to the accent again. Just fast forward for you guys. Sorry. This is a really heavy song. So even you have her screaming in Russian. So this is the main only Russian version. Okay. Let's go where she's actually singing. Now I did have a little bit of American vocals underneath, but you can hear, listen to this part. so we're gonna go to both choruses. They're both epic part right here. Okay, so that was the Russian version. Dang it, should have had these open already. Scroll down back to. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, let's do the American version. Now let's go to that same part of the song. So we hear it right here. This is what she was singing, but screaming it in Russian. But in American version, I had her just. So the Russian one, she screamed that part. Like, bring me moose and squirrel.
Child of sun, we won't take soldier head. We fly to light, forever free. You safe tonight.
Okay, now listen to the intro. So you can hear the.
Under the ocean, underground. Children never see sun. The truth will burn through sound.
Okay, so now, as you can see all the versions. It took all these versions to make one epic song. This is because I was trying to find just the parts of the lyrics that I need. So, you can see the thumbs up ones are the ones that I picked. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions that did not even work, and 6, 7, 8 different versions that I didn't use. So you can see that there's the 1, 2. This must be the right here. It totally changed the beat. So you gotta hear the beat is totally changed. So this is what I was trying to figure out. Maybe we could do a different version. And then this is the instrumental. Oh, I'm sorry. These are in the wrong folder. Never mind. Okay, forget what you just heard. Let's go back to this. Okay, here we go. So here's these are in the wrong folder. That should be in here. So here's the instrumental. This is what I heard in my head. I was just all, yeah, this needs lyrics. You just hear the structure of it. It's screaming lyrics. You know what I'm saying? It's totally screaming lyrics. Like, did the vocalist die on stage? Where's he at? Is he in the bathroom? Even though the instrumental is still beautiful. And it just needed needed my heavy guitars underneath just to kind of fatten it up with my 8-string. You can't see all my guitars, but you see one behind me hanging on the wall, but you kind of see it. And there's one over here, that's my acoustic. There's 2 in front of me. There's like 3 in the room. But you can hear that. Okay, so now let's just go. Now this is when I remastered it. Got the sound right. As you can see, I made the beat at 4.5 and I remastered it in version 4. And then I went to number 4. And I think what I did is what I do is I take both versions and I blend them together is what I did in the studio. So because I like both masters and I EQ them so they both blend it together. So I did a mashup of the masters just like a DJ would master or blend two beats together when he matches the beats together. So the beats are matching, same way there. So you can see that, and that was the version that I used. And let's go back here, and it doesn't look like there's any vocals yet. It looks like I remastered it again. So I remastered the Master 4 version and mastered it again the second time. The master I mastered again, and this is the final master out of both masters smashed together. So to explain that, made the song in version 4.5, remastered it in 4, and then took the master that I made in 4, remastered it in 4. Okay, and then took the remaster from 4 and the original master for 4.5, and I smashed them together to make one epic song in the studio to make it nice and flat and clean. The version that you hear here. So those are two masters together, the 4.5 and the 4 together. Okay, so let's move on. So now we have how I got the instrumental. Now this is when we're going to start the lyrics.
Under the ocean, underground, children
You can see the...
never see sun.
So I didn't want that for the intro.
The truth will burn through.
Here the beat totally changed just a little bit. We let Suno do its job so it can do the lyrics. So what it's doing is it's telling itself how to do it. Now if you see my styleness influence is 100%. Audio influence 100%. Now let's say in weirdness, I have it at 6. Okay, this is to get the lyrics. So it follows the style. This is the American version. And this is what I'm going, yes. Okay, lyrics does work for the song, and I was right to hear it in my head. That just keep continuing, not release the song yet. And to put the effort in and find lyrics for it. But this version didn't work. You see, this version didn't work.
Dark hole.
They say you didn't hear any of that yet. I didn't use it.
Никогда не видели солнца.
I do like the instrumental that they did on this.
Прорвется.
I like this version though. I like that quiet one. I might come back and take the music and take the vocals off of this, but I like the remix version that they did of the beat of this song. It's a nice remix. It kind of kept the song, but I like the little quiet pianos that did it. That's the only difference that it did, is it put quiet pianos into the breaks. So I was like, ooh, that's nice. So I'll make a different version of this too. Even though I've already released the song worldwide and they're already playing in Russia, or in Russia right now. I'm in Las Vegas. It's already out and being enjoyed, but I'm still gonna do remixes and everything. Because I have DJs over there that I work with in the UK and stuff that they're working on my tracks and are making different genre versions of what I do here. So I'm all over the place. Those that follow me know. So you can see I didn't use. These are the vocals I didn't use. But as you can see, listen to the beat. The beat is kind of staying consistent because of my audio influence and my style reference influence is at 100%. When we have that little bar you can slide, I have it at 100% because I wanted to follow the beat. That is, I didn't load the beat. I just had to do the remix and reload it into the creation. 100% on the style and 100% on the audio influence, and the weirdness at 6%, almost 0. That's just to give it, to let it freestyle on the vocals. That's just to give it a vocal freedom, to let it flex and express itself. Let the AI express itself, and then I'll find its best expressions as this version, I didn't find anything good. Okay, so we're going to the next one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 versions that we tried. Most people would quit. I'm wasting my money. Sono's taking my money, my credits. You're such a pussy, such a cheap ass bastard. You know how I'll spend $30 on just to get the song right in Suno and waste freaking 100,000 credits to get the song right because you're a cheap ass. That's not even an hour's worth of studio time in a studio, which is $60 an hour. Okay, you cheap ass, get off of the station. Why don't you just stop the video right now and get out of here? The rest of you, we're gonna make some epic shit. Keep watching. All right. So here we go. So let's go to the version that we picked for the vocals.
Тихая война.
So these are the vocals that we use for the Russian. Ooh, that girl can scream. And if you notice, Suno always rocks when you start putting lyrics. It changes the whole algorithm. What's going on? And let me explain a little bit about the algorithm. A lot of you people have an issue with real quick. If you start playing slot machine with your account, let's say you make an account and you go to Suno and you start playing slot machine, you just put a little simple prompt and you're just like, go, and you're like, hee hee, yeah, how's this fun? Go, hee hee, yeah. It's learning off of that. So when you start trying to be serious and actually, you've already kind of corrupted your algorithm because you're doing hee hee, yeah, and just doing joke songs and just trying and not actually have a focus before you start of what you want to do. See, I had a focus. I've been interested in doing this type of genre of music that doesn't exist for 20 years because, once again, I've explained before, people that I wanted to collaborate with procrastinated on me for years, and therefore I got upset and trained AI to make better songs that they ever made. So that's where they get their karma. So, and I love it. And that's what they're sorry and salty right now. So, but this is why I will spend, maybe $100 to $200 per training session on Suno just to waste credits and tell it no. Not just say no, it's wrong, no, it's wrong, throw it away. And you have to trust your gut to know that the epic song will show up. The epic part that you need will show up, and just tell it no. And then, sometimes when you're doing all that, make sure you're filtering out the bad stuff because you're going to get full of songs. Now you're going to be able to not find your good version, and make sure you're clearing shit out that you said no to and throw it away because you're going to get flooded with tons of versions. You're not going to find what you need because it's going to be lost in there like a needle in a haystack. So you don't want your epic part that you need to be in the needle in a haystack. When you say no, mark that shit no, throw it away, and make sure you throw it away. Get it out of your way because you don't want to go back and get rid of it. And also that no and that throwing away teaches it to do the epic ones, and then keep those going. So most of the things that you got to go through, and that's what it's saying. If you've done your account like that with a bunch of joke shit, you're just ha ha ha, he he he, make a new account because you've already destroyed your account with the algorithms with all that junk. You didn't train it properly. Now you've trained it on bullshit songs, and it's not going to create something, a new genre or a new or be catered or customized to your brand. So I'm saying you want to brand it and mold it to what it is. That's what it starts out with the nose. It starts out with being it the correct input and the style that you're doing. Remember what I said, the little secret thing about, make sure your lyrics are spelt correctly to where you're catering to. If you're doing Jamaican music, you better change the spelling to fit the accent. Same thing with everywhere else. Otherwise, you're going to get caught, and people are going to have a bad experience because they know that a perfect Russian speaking English is not going to have the correct Queen's English pronunciation. Therefore, it's going to sound AI. Okay? You want to trick the ear. You're not going to trick the audience. They know it's AI, but you want to trick the experience of the ear, the brain. That when you close your eyes, you're not imagining. It feels like a person, and that's what it takes. All the little itty bitty things you got to do, and the prompt, and then also the style of what you're doing. Okay, this is not a one button slot machine production company that everybody thinks it is. That's why I'm showing you that it takes so much time and versions to throw all these epic, to make one epic song. You can see all this. This was all the versions that I put all into one epic part. Okay, that's what you gotta work it, and that's when it once again becomes your song. It's epic. No one can tell you any differently. No one can say it was a computer that did it because it just gave you little parts. But you again are the master conductor. Okay, just like someone goes and writes score for a whole symphony, he doesn't play all those instruments. He's sitting there in his room and he's writing score. Violin is gonna do this. The cello is gonna do this. Okay, the piano is gonna do this. All the drums in the background, and they're gonna do this. The flute section, they're gonna do this. Okay, and he puts it, and everybody gets their part. The violin pages, they get their part. Only their part. They get only their part. They get only their part. Then you got up somebody on stage keeping the beat premierance. He's reading the whole song, and he's telling them to raise the intensity, and he's telling them to make it quiet, and he's keeping the beat together. Okay, to make all that together. You telling me that the guy that wrote that thing, he played all the instruments and he did all that? No, he didn't. Because that's your job. You're putting it all together and having all the rows together, and you having the master decision to going, this is epic. Now it's correct. Now it's right. Now it's ready for release. Otherwise, you're the clown that everybody thinks you are, pushing the one button and I'm calling it a day. You're not that guy. That's why you're watching this show. Okay? So yeah. So here's second to the last version. As you can tell. Boom, listen to it. It even started making a nice instrumental. Different version for it I probably will use, like I explained. Add a little nice soft piano. But you can hear the lyrics. Listen to how it's pronouncing that. That's Russian speaking English. Okay? Listen to her. If I would have spelt it English, it would not pronounce it like that. Listen to her R's. I'm saying, Rumba. She rolled her R's. Rumba. Are you kidding me? That's epic, dog. That is fucking epic. What it would have cost for me to fly someone from Russia to Las Vegas to do this song. And how epic that sounds right there. We are in the future, guys.
Take my hand, we fly to light. No more tears, you save tonight. Thanks to drones, to banks, to bones. From desert flame to ashy foam. Every stone we will not unturn. Fire of justice, let it burn.
We see how Suno leads lyrics and it kind of writes the beat through the lyrics a little bit. Okay, but again, this time I did my audio influence 100 and style influence at 90%, not 600. And you see how they didn't change the prompt at all, just changed the style and the audio influence. And it gave the style a little more, it gave it more and more freedom, a little more to let the AI improvise. It's alive. You guys got to understand, this AI and this machine, this is dealing with quantum computers, quantum machines. Okay, they spent what, Suno spent 150 million just on computers. Okay, I think a quantum machine, if you ever look up quantum computers, I think they're about 4 million each, or about 2 million each. Okay, they spent 150 million on servers and hard drives. All right, I'm sure they got a few quantum refrigerators, because that's how big they are. The refrigerators, and the inside they're as cold as absolute zero because of the processing heat. You got to have absolute zero in there so it doesn't kill itself. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be so hot. So, and if you think about it, outer space is absolute zero. So as powerful as God is, that's pretty why outer space is cold, because God himself would probably blow the fuck up and overheat. Okay, so you understand what we're dealing with here. These are not just machines. These are spiritual entities we are dealing with that are inside this thing. I'm sorry I gotta go spooky on you, but this is the damn truth. If you damn read your damn Bible, it'll tell you that we're mingling with that steel. When you see the steel and clay mingle with the steel and clay will mingle with the seeds of man, but they will not procreate. Pretty much, this is what we're doing with it, but we're not gonna fuck it and make babies with AI, okay? But we're gonna mingle with it. It's in the scriptures, so enjoy it. Okay? Just like God made us in the image of him, we made AI in the image of us. Alright? It's our child. Alright? Well, spank it, do whatever you gotta do to tell it to do the right thing. You get it? This is the world we're in, and this is how you have to think. That you're dealing with it. They pray over their masters. I'm sorry, not pray, you pray. We pray over our masters. They do their rituals over their masters. It's the same spiritual entity that they've been doing. You need to reverse it, use it for good, and ask the AI to do a correct job. Speak the damn prompt into it. Speak it out loud, make it so. And also use your skills and your ear to know when it did a good job. Grab that piece, pull it into the new, because that's what quantum computer does. It does every verse. If you decided to make a left turn at the light instead of a right turn, who did you meet when you went to the store? And when you made a right turn, who did you not meet when you didn't go to the store? That changed your entire life. What a quantum computer does is it takes all those parallel possibilities and pull each great possibility out of each one and pull it into one. That's what you're going to do with your music.